the defaulter fills the nomination form, the same has to be rejected and accordingly inform the members about the rejection of the nomination. अगर कोई defaulter member ने nomination file किया है within 10 days, जिस दिन उन्होंने nomination file किया उसका 10 दिन के अंदर आप returning officer has to writing में उनको rejection, I mean he has to reject his nomination in writing.
See, defaulter है जिस दिन nomination form किया that day is a defaulter. But before scrutiny, जिस दिन scrutiny होता है उस दिन वो payment file करता है, payment करता है. Can you induct him in the committee, in the valid list of candidates? Answer is yes. Before the scrutiny. अभी सवाल आता है just to take this question further because we as a returning officer may come to this type of situation because we do not know who is a defaulter, who is not a defaulter. So therefore it is always better to take a certificate from the managing committee that these are the people who are a defaulter. अभी मान के चलते हैं there is one member who is defaulter for 4 months. Okay. Now if he is a defaulter for 4 months and let us assume for a minute he clears 2 months maintenance on the date of scrutiny. फिर भी 2 महीने का उसका outstanding है. Okay, still 2 months outstanding. Now will you accept his application?
No.
Huh?
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
For 3 months.
क्या लगता है आपको?
Defaulter means defaulter. It is not the NPA. That is applicable to bank. Where 3 months the defaulter means it is classified as the NPA. Here defaulter means if you call for as per your procedure, कि within 15 days he has to pay, then it means he is a defaulter.
I think according to me, the defaulter is a person who does not pay the maintenance for 3 months. Okay. If he is outstanding for 4 months and he has cleared 2 months, I think he can contest the election. This is my view. Again, as a returning officer, you can take the call. I'll give you an example. अभी मैं आपको example देता हूँ. चलो. I'll give you the example. Okay. Now this is bill number, and this is the amount, and this is a due date. ठीक है? This is a due date for payment. Let us say bill number 1, amount 500 outstanding. Due date is, this is the bill date, let us say 1st January 2010. Okay, 1st January 2010. He has to pay by 31st January 2010. Next bill number 8, let us say next month, that is 1st February 2020. Now another 500 old plus another 500. Now outstanding is 1000. He has to pay this outstanding on, let us say 28th February 2010. Hey, February का है ना? 1st March 2010. Now 1000 rupees plus 500. Now it is 1500 outstanding. It is due as on, let us say 31st March 2010. Now 1st April 2020 or 10, whatever. So 1500 plus 500. अभी 2000 outstanding. Now this is due as on 30th April 2010. Now May में election है मान. Now if you see, he is a defaulter as far as this amount is concerned. Or I can go to the extent that he is a defaulter to this extent. He is not a defaulter to this extent. Suppose he has cleared this much. 3 months. मई में अपना इलेक्शन है ना, 3 महीने का ड्यूज इतना तक वो क्लियर करता है. Will you allow him or not?
Yes, sir.
See, I want to. Yeah. This law says, say, means a member of a flat owner or occupier who fails to pay the dues of the society within 3 months. Within 3 months means मेरा हिसाब से वो 1 मंथ का ड्यूज भी बोल सकते हैं, 2 महीने का ड्यूज भी बोल सकते हैं. His society is asking to pay the maintenance of within 90 days, 3 months. इसका मतलब क्या है? 1 मंथ का ड्यूज के भी आपको 3 मंथ का टाइम मिल रहा है, 2 महीने का ड्यूज भी बाकी है तो भी 90 डेज टाइम मिल रहा है. They are not saying that 3 month ड्यूज, ऐसा नहीं बोल रहे हैं. It is not
From the date of service of the bill.
bill. That bill means 1 महीने का भी तो बिल हो सकता है.
Of the date of service.
डेट ऑफ द सर्विस ऑफ बिल, वही बोल रहा हूँ. 1 जनवरी का मंथ बिल ड्यू है, वो उन्होंने बोल दिया, बिल सबमिट कर दिया, उनको सर्विस कर दिया, और वो डेट से लेकर 90 डेज के अंदर उन्होंने नहीं भरा तो ही इज अ डिफॉल्टर. करेक्ट. तो बिल क्या था? 1 महीने का बिल था. मैं दोनों एग्जांपल से बात करता हूँ. समझो जनवरी का मंथ का पैसा भरा नहीं है और उसको सर्विस कर दिया, समझो 31 जनवरी को सर्विस किया, तो आपको 90 डेज तक रुकना है. 90 डेज के बाद भी अगर नहीं भरता तो डिफॉल्टर. दूसरा इशू, जनवरी का नहीं भरा, फरवरी का नहीं भरा, मार्च का नहीं भरा, फिर मार्च एंड को फिर बिल पास ऑन किया, तो वहां से 90 डेज खत्म होता समझे जून में. तो मतलब उनको क्या करना है? जनवरी, फरवरी, मार्च वो बिल पे करना है उनको.
जून का पहला.
हाँ, वो बिल से पहले जो डिमांड किया है, लास्ट बिल जो मांगा था उन्होंने, उसमें मांगना है. लेकिन अगर इनका साहब का जो कहना है, अगर मई में है तो ही इज नॉट द डिफॉल्टर.
आपका 90 डेज होने के बाद में क्या है ना?
इन शॉर्ट क्या है, सोसाइटी ने जो बिल भेजा है वो 90 डेज के अंदर क्लियर करो. अच्छा, फॉरगेट अबाउट दी बिल ऑफ द मंथ मेंटेनेंस वगैरह. आपको सबको रिपेयर फंड मांगा है, एडवोकेट का चार्जेस मांगा है. हमारा सोसाइटी में एक इशू हुआ था ऐसे कि सोसाइटी का रीडेवलपमेंट के लिए एडवोकेट चार्जेस, टाइटल सर्टिफिकेट के लिए 2 लाख रुपए निकालना था. तो एज्यूम करो वो 2 लाख डिवाइड करके 10 करके 20,000 हो गया 10 मेंबर का, तो वो 3 महीने के अंदर भरना था. अगर वो नहीं भरा तो भी तो डिफॉल्ट ही है. इट मींस यहाँ पर मंथ काउंट नहीं करना है कि कितना महीने का डिफॉल्ट हुआ. यहाँ पर काउंट करना है बिल रेज किया और विद इन 3 मंथ भरा कि नहीं, बस.
मेरा सवाल ये है, आपका इलेक्शन मान लो मई में हो रहा है, मई 2021 ही पकड़ते हैं ना, पर 20 मई में हो रहा है. अभी उसने मान लो मार्च तक का ड्यूज क्लियर किया, अप्रैल महीने का 1 महीने का उसने क्लियर नहीं किया, क्या वो डिफॉल्टर होगा? क्या 90 डेज नहीं हुआ ना सर? उसका अप्रैल महीने का अभी भी 90 दिन उसको बाकी है ना भरने के लिए. या फॉर अप्रैल डेट ऑफ सर्विस, बट ड्यू डेट इज 30th अप्रैल. हाँ, तो आई एम सेइंग 90 डेज अभी भी है ना उसके पास. हाँ, अभी मान लो उसका 2 साल का मेंटेनेंस बाकी है, ठीक है ना. लास्ट 3 महीने को वो नहीं देता है, पहले का सब क्लियर करता है, तो ही कैन नॉट बी कंसीडर्ड एज अ डिफॉल्टर. मेरा कहने का तात्पर्य ये.
No. So whatever society asks
Within 90 days.
90 days.
So according to you, then he never becomes a defaulter, because अप्रैल में आया तो उसका पूरा आउटस्टैंडिंग और 90 दिन मिलता है उसको, और बाद में 90 दिन मिलता है. मतलब you are saying he is not a defaulter. What I am trying to say is he becomes a defaulter if he defaults to make the payment within 90 days from the due date or service of notice, whichever is later. अभी ड्यू डेट मान लो जनवरी है, 90 दिन का आता है, अभी उसके बाद का उसका डिफॉल्टर का डेफिनेशन में नहीं बैठता. आपका क्या बोलना है? अप्रैल में मान लो उसका टोटल आउटस्टैंडिंग 2000 है, आप बोलते पूरे का पूरा 2000 क्लियर करो तो डिफॉल्टर नहीं आएगा. मैं बोलता 2000 क्लियर करने की जरूरत नहीं, पहले का इधर तक का 500 या 1000 रुपए भी क्लियर करता है तो भी he does not come in the defaulter. Madam, what you are saying? What is your stand on this defaulter?
Actually, in this definition, whichever is latter, that is more important in this part.
Later means
whichever is latter, like you are issuing the notice, that will be the latter previous date. Defaulter 3 months is the latter. After normally societies what they do whatever your defaulter payment of the bill, they send the bill. From that onwards 3 months counts. So whichever is later, that has to come. So that is the main important things in that.
Fine. So I am issuing the bill. There is a due date, and I have not issued a notice. For a minute, I have not issued a notice. There is a due date in the bill. ड्यू डेट क्या है 31 जनवरी 2010, 28 February 2010, 31st March 2010, and in the month of May I have got the election to be done. So according to me, if he has cleared prior to 90 days due, जितने भी था वो clear किया, बाकी का उसने नहीं clear किया, he will not be a defaulter. That is a limited, but according to him,
what society here has given importance to the society. What society is claiming by raising the bill, that is to be clear within 90 days. So means society is a important factor who issues the bill, and that amount to be clear within 90 days. मतलब आप उसमें EMI system in short मतलब दो बाकी रख के एक क्लियर का ऐसा उसमें नहीं होएगा. लेकिन अभी जनवरी फरवरी मार्च और मार्च के बाद मई में है तो वो एक बार मार्च का क्लियर कर दिया, अप्रैल में नहीं भरा तो चलेगा आपको. लेकिन जो पहले का है वो जो ड्यू डेट था वो ड्यू डेट से पहले क्लियर बस सिंपल.
सर हमारे केस में एक मेंबर है जो इंटरेस्ट जिसको लगाया इंटरेस्ट छोड़ के बाकी मेंटेन भरते हैं और 2 साल से ऐसे ही कर रहा है. 12,000 रुपए उसका इंटरेस्ट लगाया और वो उतना अमाउंट छोड़ के बाकी पेमेंट कर रहा है. तो इंटरेस्ट का डिफॉल्ट
क्योंकि पहले इंटरेस्ट एडजस्ट होता है बाद में मेंटेनेंस एडजस्ट होता है.
इंटरेस्ट लेकिन आपका वायरस के हिसाब से होना चाहिए बस.
ठीक है.
Precautions to be taken. The returning officer should obtain the list of defaulters duly certified by the office bearers of the society. The returning officer also need to verify the same from the records of the society. अगर society ने provide किया कि अगर defaulter का list, so you verify it from the records of the society. Then, in case the member clears dues before filing the nomination or during the scrutiny of the nomination forms, such member will not be considered as disqualified, and the returning officer need to permit such member to contest the election.
Just one small question. The defaulters list, is it as of the last audited one of 31st March or the current quarter?
Current. Then further, a member carries on business of letting, subletting and selling of flats in the housing society of which he is a member. As per this provision, the concerned member should not be carrying out the business of letting or subletting or selling of the flats in her housing society. This does not mean that the estate agent is disqualified from contesting the election. This what मैंने बताया कि जिस सोसाइटी का वो अगर कमेटी मेंबर बनना चाहता है उस सोसाइटी में वो एस्टेट एजेंसी का बिजनेस नहीं कर सकता है, बट बाकी की जगह पर आउटसाइड अदर देन दैट जहां पर भी वो कमेटी मेंबर नहीं है तो वहां पर तो वो अपना बिजनेस चला सकता है. अगेन confirmation can be taken from the candidate raise such objection. The returning officer may advise such member to provide the undertaking declaration to the effect that he is not doing the estate agent business within the society. In case such declaration is not provided, the returning officer may decide to disqualify such candidate and issue the letter of rejection of the nomination. कि अगर कोई business estate agent ही है तो वो contest करना चाहता है, then you can take a declaration from them that he is not doing the business of estate agency in that building, particular society. And अगर वो declaration नहीं देता है तो returning officer can reject his nomination. Member has been held responsible under section 79, 88, 154B8 subsection 2 or 154B27 or for payment of cost of enquiry under section 85. कोई भी in case the registrar of cooperative society has taken action against the concerned member under following provisions of the MCS Act, then such member will be disqualified to contest the election. So under section 79 for not complying the direction issued by the registrar, so अगर deputy registrar ने कोई direction वगैरह दिया है उस order को comply नहीं किया है, in that event he is going to be disqualified. Under section 88 fixing the responsibility for loss caused to the society. The registrar, after conducting the hearing and giving opportunities to the parties, comes to the conclusion that the concerned member is responsible for the loss caused to the society and has been asked to deposit such loss to the society. Then such member will be disqualified. Then 154(8) It is with respect to supplying the documents to the members. Within there is a time is provided. If you do not comply, then and if the member complains and if you have if the member is held responsible, then he cannot contest the election. He is disqualified too. Then 154(b)(27) obligation of society to take action and registrar's power to enforce in case the registrar has held responsible any member of the society for defaulting, not carrying out the direction issued by the registrar, then such member will be disqualified. Then under section 85, held liable to pay the cost of inquiry. The registrar may conduct the inquiry suo motu or at the request of more than 20% of members under section 83 of the Act. After the inquiry is conducted and the concerned member is found to be guilty, the registrar orders against such member to pay the cost of inquiry. If such cost of inquiry is collected from the member, such member will be disqualified to contest the election. So then, member has incurred any disqualification under this Act or the rules made thereunder. So the member has committed any offence and is held accountable and responsible by the registrar as stated above, then such member will be disqualified. And this I have already discussed, Parthaji. We can.
If member has been fined or he has been found guilty of certain acts in some other cooperative society and can he contest here election?
No, he cannot.
कोई भी सोसाइटी का अगर कामकाज में अगर उसको if he is held responsible, then he cannot contest. Any cooperative society across Maharashtra. Disqualification for a period of 5 years रहता है. Again he can, after 5 years of disqualification, he can contest the election. जिस दिन disqualify किया उस दिन से count किया जाता है. Then members has more than 2 children. हमने already discuss किया हुआ है. Then member is guilty of any offence under section 146 and conviction under section 147. So section 146 provides offences of the Maharashtra Cooperative Societies Act and 147 provides for penalties. अगर किसी भी प्रकार का उन्होंने offence किया and if he is held responsible under the, there are many offences are prescribed. So according to that, if he is held responsible, then he cannot contest the election. The precautions to be taken by the returning officer. The returning officer should take self-declaration from the concerned member that he is not disqualified from any of the above provisions. In case any other candidates make the allegation about the above disqualification, the returning officer should demand the necessary evidence to that effect. The returning officer should not be carried away with the allegations made by other candidates. In case कोई भी nomination file करता है तो उनसे declaration ले लो that saying that he is not disqualified to contest the election. If someone else is leveling allegation, then you can always take proof from that alleging member. So then thereafter he can decide whether to allow the particular contestant to contest the election or not. Then motion of no confidence. Here we have provided in the. Then election of committee members for cooperative societies. So as per section 73 CB, the State Cooperative Election Authority was vested with the powers to conduct the election. So in 2014, as per amendment 2014, the State Cooperative Election Authority was appointed to conduct the election of cooperative societies. And then, as per by virtue of the amendment of 2019, the societies up to 250 and less than 250 are covering under the, as per the latest guidelines that E-type of, accordingly, the superintendent's direction and control of the preparation of electoral roles and for conduct of election of society was vested to the authority called State Cooperative Election Authority as instituted by the state government. Every general election of the members of the committee and election office bearers of the society, including casual vacancy to extent applicable, was held as per rule prescribed 2014. Amendment of section 73 CB societies. Section 73 CB was amended effective from 9 March 2019 by inserting following provision. So thereafter, though the State Cooperative Election Authority was conducting the election for all the societies, but there was always a casual vacancy, and therefore they came out with some amendment to have separate rules for the election of societies which are having up to and less than 250 number of members. Accordingly, the latest rules are prescribed. Chapter 5.
So the rules which have been framed as per 2019 amendment. The types of societies for conducting elections, as I told you earlier, the C-type societies, and which are more than 250 members, as of 31st March of the preceding year. So the number of members have to be calculated as per the preceding financial year. On the date of 31st March of the preceding year, the number of members available in the society will determine the category of the society. So it can be C and E. C is more than 250 and E is up to 250. So rules applicable earlier, which were common for all the societies, and now which shall be applicable only for C and not for E.
Now let us see. This will be C category because it is more than 250. यदि ये 250 है, exact 250, then exact 250 है, as on 31st March it is E category. Now, on 31st March 2021, let us say it is 249 members. But we are doing the election on 31st October 2021. Now this is 260. As on 31st March 2021, it is 249. उधर क्या लिखा है? Housing so having less than and up to 200 million 31st March of preceding year. Preceding year is this 1/4/2020 to 31st March 2021 preceding year. इधर 249 मेंबर है. But अक्टूबर जब मैं इलेक्शन करता हूँ अभी उधर 260 है. तो which category it will go? हाँ? E. Or E or how many of you are E? Just raise the hand. Okay, how many of you are for C category? Huh? C category. How?
It's a preceding years and public.
Yeah. See, preceding year it is 249. Okay. So, as on October it is 260. So, the society will be which category? C or E?
That is what preceding year we have come.
हाँ, which is that preceding year?
1/4.
हाँ, तो
C category है sir.
it is C category. कैसे C category का? C category में 250 के ऊपर होना चाहिए. इधर तो 250 का नीचे.
I mean, sir, E. I was just saying this.
हाँ, तो खाना जरा जा.
E is below 250. I was just saying that. Yeah.
गुलाब जामुन जरा ज्यादा खाया लगता है. Anyhow, it is required. See, once somebody raises the question, it helps. Anyhow. हाँ. आता त्यांचा प्रश्न असा आहे, वोटिंग लिस्ट मध्ये किती लोक घेणार? How many people you will take? 260 or 249? Huh? See, the voter list is published today. So therefore all 260 will be entitled to vote.
Yes.
Whereas category will be E category. ठीक है?
So if the society on this day has 305 members,
हाँ, तो क्या होगा?
so the committee strength will increase.
Now, The strength of the committee will be again depends on the list of voters. So if the list of voters are 305, then the strength of the committee will be accordingly that. But because अभी आप पूछेंगे सर ऐसा कैसा हो सकता है, हाउसिंग सोसाइटी में ऐसा हो सकता है? हाँ?
टेनेंट आएंगे कहाँ से?
हाँ अभी आप तो इम्पॉसिबल बोल रहे हो, वो बोलते हो रहा है. हाँ बोलो.
I just wanted to correct it here. How I can say, अगर यहाँ पे कंस्ट्रक्शन हो रहा है, उनका मेंबरशिप आना है तो 31 अक्टूबर तक उनका तो मेंबरशिप तो होना है ना. उसके बेस पे we have to count it. Otherwise we cannot. And within a month, how many dwelling unit is going to be constructed?
Allotments are made in.
And somehow in society, somewhere, the housing societies is there in Navi Mumbai. Even I am there for the societies right now. They have been given allotted as a allotted nominal membership has been given for 24 shops, and there are 90, I think 219 or something members are there. Now their provision is started to become their member. Then that can come, that they can become more than 250.
Okay. Anybody else? You said it is possible.
It is possible.
How it is possible?
By allotment. If allotment is there, then allotted.
Okay.
Members are allotted. Suppose in on 31st March, the members are 249, and during 6 months, I mean,
further allotments are done.
The allotments then it can.
Okay. Anybody else? ये हो सकता है कि नहीं हो सकता है?
हो सकता है.
अभी मैं आपको कॉन्क्रीट एग्जांपल देता हूँ.
एक आदमी का 2 फ्लैट होगा.
हाँ.
एक फ्लैट सेल किया तो नंबर बढ़ गया.
हाँ, okay.
दो फ्लैट था तो एक ही वोट.
That also can be.
Okay. मैं आपको एग्जांपल देता हूँ. Wait, madam. Just keep cool for 2 minutes. यदि cooperative housing society can be registered with 51% flats sold. Suppose एक बिल्डिंग में 400 फ्लैट है. बिल्डिंग में कितना है? 400 फ्लैट है. अभी बिल्डर ने क्या किया? 51% बिका, मतलब लगभग 210 बेच दिया. तो it is more than 51%. With 210 people, he registered the society. फिर भी उधर 190 फ्लैट्स अभी भी है. तो 190 फ्लैट का भले उन्होंने बेचा भी होगा पहला, but they had not become a member at that time. They had not applied. So they can go on applying and they can become member and the membership strength will go up. This is possible? हाँ, तो you said impossible.
No, sir, there are two, four things are there. We are talking about a single unit, then we cannot, because existing societies is there. We are not talking about the construction is going on or something.
नहीं ठीक है. अभी we are talking general.
There are different things now.
मुझे कहना है 2 GB के मेमोरी कार्ड में 4 GB का डाटा कैसे एक्टिव होगा?
Already societies है confirm.
Existing society में भी होता है. Existing society होता है because by purchasing a TDR in respect to Khar in Khar area, TDR purchase करके building existing building में और members add हो जाते हैं.
बिल्कुल, वो भी हो सकता है. In the case of redevelopment, मान लो existing 31st March तक मान लो old society था. अभी अप्रैल के बाद उसने पोजीशन देने को चालू हो गया, नया मेंबर आ गए, तो नया 50 मेंबर ऐड हो गए. हो सकता है. So anyhow, we are on the what you call technical point. The membership should be discussed and decided as on 31st March 2021, preceding year.
So these are basically the rules. ये जो amended rules है. So these are the provisions which are now applicable for the societies, E category societies. तो कौन से जो रूल्स एप्लीकेबल है और जो नहीं है, पुराने वाले रूल्स जो नहीं है अभी हमारे लिए, जो सी के लिए एप्लीकेबल है, जो ई के लिए नहीं है, वो भी दिया गया है. नाउ दिस इज द प्राइमरी थिंग व्हिच वाज देयर इन द 2019 अमेंडमेंट, wherein for less than 250 societies, the societies could appoint their own returning officers. So as sir was mentioning in the beginning, either you can appoint an officer from the panel or the society can opt for appointing a returning officer amongst the members of the society. So that option is available with the society. So the returning officer was defined as a person appointed by SCEA, by an officer authorized by SCEA. तो पुराना वाला रूल था वो. अभी however in E-type the returning officer means a person appointed by its committee or by the registrar to conduct the election. Either the committee appoints the returning officer or as from the panel it is by the registrar. State Cooperative Election Authority. So commencement of the election of E-type societies. So the though the society elections were approved from after 31st of August, but the actual notification to start the elections came on 16th September 2021. So that is the day which has been considered as the day from which the E-type societies could have started conducting their elections. So now, as per rule 68A to 16R, so these are the actual rules. 76A to 76R are the actual rules by which the whole entire election process is going to be guided. So this is what that the earlier discussion was about whether the society is less than 250 members. So just given an example there. Yeah. So any member of society is eligible to be appointed as a returning officer of the same respective society of which he or she is a member, and he is not desirous to contest. That means that somebody was asking the question whether the returning officer appointed by a society can act as a returning officer for some other society. So that is not possible. So he can be a returning officer only for that particular society. Disqualification for being or the non-qualification for becoming a returning officer are that he cannot be an auditor, he cannot be an employee of the society, and he cannot be a member of the outgoing managing committee. So the returning officer, the appointment of returning officer can be done by this following method. From the panel of returning officer, whether if it is approved by the SCEA, that is the panel auditors which are available on the panel of the registrar's office, empaneled auditors we may call it as, or the returning officer can be appointed prior to 60 days from the date of expiry of the tenure of the existing managing committee. So this is applicable for both, whether you are opting from the panel or from amongst the society members. It has to be done within 60 days for all societies wherein the election has the tenure of the committee has expired after 16th September 2021. For all other societies, whoever has completed from 16th September 2021 till a further period of 6 months, that is March 16th March 2021. So, sorry, 22. And who shall be completing, then they have to follow the 2-month criteria. So whose election is going to, the committee tenure is going to get expired after 16th September. So they have to complete before, within 60 days. Correct? Sir. The circular may be issued for appointing of the returning officers. So the committee can take the decision. The committee has been empowered to take the decision of appointing the returning officer. Performa of the circular inviting applications for the post of returning officer. That is the first exhibit, because appointing the returning officer is going to be the first step towards the election of the society. So you can see that page 88 में जाइए. नहीं just बाकी लोग सबके पास बुक है सबके पास. So the date is there, circular. This is to inform all the members that the term of the managing committee of our society shall expire on this date, and we intend to appoint returning officer as per this rule 76B. So the entire election is going to be guided by the rules which have been framed, which was mentioned earlier. So rule 76B says about the appointment of returning officer. So this is the format. From among the members of the same society who is not part of the current managing committee and not desirous to contest the elections. So ये दो criteria भी वहाँ पे लिखा है. Would perform his duty of conducting the elections of the managing committee in the society. Therefore, the managing committee meeting is called. So for that, the managing committee is supposed to call for a meeting, and the committee has decided to invite the members who are interested. So they shall call for applications from members who are interested to contest or be enrolled as a returning officer.
ये सोसाइटी को पहला सर्कुलर इशू करना है, so that कोई बोलना नहीं चाहिए कि मुझे पूछा नहीं. or at least you can prepare this letter and put it on the notice board. If not, circulate it everybody. So that this is the first step. उसके बाद second step. If nobody comes forward, then the exhibit 2. तो अभी एक बार circular issue हुआ तो member will apply. So there has to be application format. So that is given in exhibit.
Yeah, any such member who is interested to becoming a returning officer shall write an application to the secretary showing his willingness. So that person has to write. Once the committee has issued the circular, then people who are desirous of becoming or getting enrolled as a returning officer shall express, and then the committee shall hold a managing committee meeting, and in that managing committee meeting, whatever they may have a draw of lots or whatever the case may be, they can appoint the returning officers amongst the applications which they have received. So notice of holding the managing committee meeting is 3 days, as again it is.
So application format is given in exhibit 2.
So the performa of application for the post of returning officer is provided in page number 90 and exhibit 2, which
ये जो फॉर्मेट है ना, ये हमारा ऑफिस में बना है. ये किधर भी फॉर्मेट कोई भी रूल्स बुक में नहीं है. आपको ये कंफ्यूज नहीं होना चाहिए. तो ये फॉर्मेट एक ड्राफ्ट दिया है, गाइडलाइन. आप इसको मॉडिफाई कर सकते हो. So don't think that this is a government notified format. It is a format prescribed or suggested by Mahaseva. Okay?